Hi everybody, it's Tammy with Frou-frou Studio, and as promised, we're going to start a new journal today, and it is going to be a ring-bound journal, and it is going to be just a small one. It's going to be tall and skinny, and I'm going to use rings to bind it. It is going to be Christmas themed, and that's why I'm not making it very big, because as much as we all love Christmas, it doesn't last very long. So I didn't want to do a big huge journal, but I did want to create something a little special, kind of a vintagey looking journal. So what I did is I went through and I found some odds and ends that I had that are tall and skinny, and I kind of have put those together to make a journal. And I'm going to use this cute little cabinet card on the front. And what I did for that is I glued it to a piece of Tom Holtz paper so that it would be as long as the other pieces, and then poked the holes. And this is going to be my front cover. Obviously it's not fully decorated, but that's the idea. And then I just went through and got some things that I had. Everything that I have is a heavier stock, because when you're doing a ring bound journal, I have found that it's easier if you have stuff that is, cardstock or thicker scrapbook paper, file folder, anything like that that's got a thicker base to it. And some of the pieces are short and they will just have one hole, and then some of the pieces are the full length. This card already had the holes in it, and so that's kind of what I gauged everything else on. So obviously this is a vintage flash card. I've got a computer card here. I've got a tag, a big tag. I've got a envelope. This is just a piece of a file folder. I've got a time card. I've got this little vintage index card that is from a metal file drawer that my husband got me for Christmas, and it was full of these index cards that are from the 1930s, and they're for like insurance claims. You can see on them it says windstorm, fire, whatever. They paid out $6 for a windstorm. They paid out $8.75 for a fire. So that's kind of interesting. So I threw one of those in there. Another piece of file folder. This is a out of that same metal file. These are the dividers that were in there, and they have these little metal letter tabs on there, and I'm gonna leave that because I think that's kind of cool, and it's red. I've got an envelope that I'm gonna this is one of those faux tea-dyed envelopes, and I'm going to work it in so that it is still, you can open it and stick stuff down in it, and we'll probably make a journal card or something like that to put in it. And then for my back piece, this is one of those expandable folders that has the lid that flips over like an accordion folder, and it's really sturdy, so I'm going to put it on the back for stability. So that's kind of how it's going to be. I've got some other little pieces that I'm going to stick in. There's a Rolodex card that I'm going to do stuff with, a smaller tag. And then this is a little divider that it held watch parts. So that if you had a long tray of watch parts, these were the dividers with the numbers that told you what part it was. And I've got a whole stack of these. And I thought that was a cute little pocket. Now, so that is what we're going to do. And what we're going to do today to get started is I want to use Tom Holtz tissue paper. as my bases to cover a lot of these, like these index cards and stuff like that. So I have 3 different rolls that I'm going to use. This one is the Christmas one. And I don't see a name on here. I know it's on here somewhere. Maybe not. The number is TH94098, but it is the Christmas paper, and it's really pretty. So there is that. And I have no idea if he is still making this or not. I got mine a couple years ago, I think. So I'm going to use that one. And then I have this one, which is the Aviary. And the reason that I picked this one is there is music, which kind of matches the other one. But there are, like this bird could be very well a wintry bird because of the berries. And then, you know, some of these other birds are not springy like that, could be used. And so I was going to kind of pick and choose pieces that don't look as springy to use, just for some variation and to get some birds in there. And then the last one that I'm going to use is just the, sorry, get that kind of back in there, is the typeset. And it's just basically numbers and letters and stuff like that. But it does have the black background, so I thought that would be good to use as well. So what I want to do in this video is get some of those cards and things covered with the paper so that that part is done and we can, you know, start decorating and put in pockets. So I'm going to show you how I plan to do that. And I'm going to start with this one because obviously I want to do something, you know, to kind of decorate this up a little bit, but I don't necessarily want to cover the whole thing. So that's why I think tracing paper is, or tracing paper, you know, this stuff, tissue paper is a good idea for these. So, you know, something like that, because once you put it on there, you're still going to be able to see the numbers through it, but you're going to have some, you know, a nice Christmas background. So, I'm going to get my little sheet here so I can put it on my table so I'm not getting stuff everywhere. And we'll get started. And what I'm going to do is, this paper tears fairly well. So I'm going to try to tear it first, and then if we have some trouble with that, then I'll go to the water. Alright, so let's get this piece down, and I'm going to use Tom Holtz Collage Medium in my little, in my little mask, silicone mask spreader here, and just put a coat down. Now, if you're going to work with this Tom Holtz stuff, you have to work pretty quick because it dries pretty quick. And you can see that that pencil is kind of smearing, but that's okay. I'm going to put that on here. Try to get it semi-straight and without any wrinkles if we can. And I always find that it's better to use my hand first, so that I'm not ripping it. And then That seems to work better for me before I put anything on the top. You know, if you just kind of do it with your hand. And then I'm going to coat the top as well. And we might have some bleed through on that pencil, but we can deal with that down the road. Okay, we'll set that one to the side to dry. And like I said, this stuff dries pretty quickly, so we'll be able to see those at the end. And I'm getting pink in my collage medium from them. Okay, so let's see what the next piece. We probably want to put a little something on this. And let's see if we can put that bird. I don't want to cover a lot of this up, but I do want to do a little bit of something. So if we do and I do save all my little scrap pieces, obviously, where I tear around stuff to get to certain pieces. May do that. No, I don't want to cover all that. Maybe I'll do it. A little piece down here. See, some of it tears really well, and then some of it doesn't. And it's not the end of the world either way. But you can always trim it off. But I'll try to get a rough edge here and not tear the bird's head off. Okay, so let's put this piece down here. Okay, and then maybe come in with some of this greenery. Here. Oops. Flatten out there. There we go. Like I said, this is just getting in our base coat, and then once we do this part, we'll go back in and you know, do our stamping, or you know, whatever else we're gonna do to enhance the page. But I'd like to get all the decoupage part done at the same time. And maybe some of these little swirly bits over here. Okay, so there's that one. Trim this off. We'll do all the fronts and then worry about the backs. Okay, so there's that one, and I'm getting decoupage medium on my, or collage medium on my ruler. Sometimes I'm such a mess. Set that one over there. All right, so the next one we want to deal with is the computer card. And let's do some of this one. That one looks really cool on there, doesn't it? With the little parts to the little numbers underneath. Oops. Okay, so there's some on that one. Now what do we got? We got a plain tag. We don't need to worry about that. Let's see what we can do to this envelope. Let's go back to the Christmas paper. Not going to worry about my holes too much either, because if I have to repoke those in there, it's not the end of the world. I'm trying to go around them, but may not totally succeed. something. Right there. Cover that address up. And I don't mind that that barcode is showing right there. Let's do something like that. Try not to get this on the window. Famous last words, I know. Okay. And I'm not going to worry about that because I'll put, you know, where it says place stamp here, because I'll put a stamp or something there. Something to decorate it. Right, let's put one piece. Actually, we don't even need the whole thing. We'll just put that there just to have something there. We'll address the white later. What do you think I want to put? Something. Here. Oops. Oh, making a mess. Okay, cut this off. I did get a little bit on the window. Let me wipe that real quick before it dries. Surprise, surprise. anything. Let that one dry. I'm gonna wipe this off a little bit. Get my scissors cleaned off. Oh, stuck to my fingers. Okay, next we've got a plain file card, so we don't need to worry about that. So the next one we need to worry about is the time card. And let's see, do we want to do the birds again? Or do we want to do, what did I do? Okay, I did Christmas on that one. And then we have the birds. And then we have that. And then we have Christmas. So we're back to the birds. So I think we're good with the birds as long as we don't use the one that has the eggs in the nest, because that's kind of too springy. Oops, Periwinkle. Okay, I'm gonna cut this off before I put a top coat on it, so that I can use some of this drop piece up at the top. Okay. If you find that you're getting some bubbles or some wrinkles, if you'll take your heat gun and apply to it, it will take those out. Or a hair dryer. You can use a hair dryer as well. When I used to decoupage furniture, I would use a hair dryer so I wouldn't mess up my paint that I had just done. Okay, and then I think the last one we have to deal with is this one. And that brings us back to this. That was not even straight. And I'll have to reapply that because that old paper is just sucking that collage medium down in there. Sometimes on this older paper you have to be very generous with it because it just takes that moisture and just eats it up. Okay. That one has a little corner out of it, and so I'm cutting it just like it is. And actually, this card may have to be backed. It's pretty cracked. I don't know how much that collage medium is going to strengthen it. Alright, so that's the last one that we have to worry about. All the others are blank. Now, let's see what we want to do if we want to add any of the Christmas paper to the cover. I think we may want to add just a tad to kind of get our theme going here. Oops. Come on, uncurl there. Put some down here at the bottom. I'm sure you can see me. Oh, come on, stick. Oh, come on. It's stuck right to the deli paper. I don't like how it has a straight line right there, so I'm trying to break that up a little bit. Okay, so that gives us our base for all of the pages that needed to have something covered on them. As far as, you know, they had words or something like that on them and needed to be kind of covered up. I made a total mess everywhere, but that's how it is. So let's see what we have now. I'm just going to fold this in half. Okay, so these are starting to dry. So there's the birds. There's the first page we did. Here is our card with the other birds. Here is our computer card that has the typeset one on it. Here is the other Christmas envelope. And this one is still wet, but there is the other card with the typeset. And then here's our cover. So I think those turned out pretty cute. Pretty good start to a journal. I will let these lay out and dry. And so what we will do in the next video is we will decide what we're going to do on the back sides of these. Some of them are blank. Most of them are blank. That one's not. And so we may not do anything. That one needs to have something done to it so that we have some writing space. But we'll see. We'll determine what we need to do to those in the next one. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I hope you guys will try using some tissue paper or napkins. The process is the same for napkins. You just need to be sure and take your layers off so that you just have a single layer and you're not trying to glue down more than one layer of the napkin. And I don't know that I have any Christmas napkins, which is really strange. I'll have to look at my stash, but if I do, maybe we'll use those on some of the backs, because the only Christmas tissue paper I had was actually the Tom Holtz. But I think these birds are going to be okay. I mean, I think they're going to work in the colors that they are and everything. So, hope you guys enjoyed that, and I will see you on Tuesday for the Marguerite Miller Weekly Challenge. Until then, everybody have a great weekend, and I'll see you Tuesday. Bye.